I want to just do a huge update on some of the cases that we've been keeping an eye on, or some things that have been happening with the live court streams and stuff like that. There's a lot of updates going on, and I know some of you guys in my stream have been watching the Timothy Ferriter case, which is a really sad case about, it's called the Boy in the Box trial. Essentially, I believe the boy is adopted, and I was trying to look for pictures, so maybe he has like other adopted siblings as well. For some reason, this one boy was specifically targeted. I think they said that he was having behavior issues, whatever that means. But there was a really weird thing that I was reading about how the contractor came out to do a job for the Ferriters, and the contractor was like, they want me to build an 8x8 foot box within a garage. They want to make so this door can only be opened from the outside. They want to have a camera installed in the corner. They want to have a bathroom. They want to have like AC running in here. And that just sounds really fucking shady. And I think at some point the contractor, you know, went to the cops and was like, hey, like, you know, this family hired me to build this weird odd shaped thing. Sorry, not odd shape, but this weird thing in a garage. Because, you know, if I heard someone doing that, you would just think like, okay, like
abduction, serial killing, torture. Like, I don't know, that is some weird stuff.
But apparently during this, there also been reports of maybe potential like child neglect with the son. So there's a lot of things that was going on, and I haven't really been watching the trial, but I've been watching it. I've been following it loosely and reading articles about it. So they finally got a verdict in, and the verdict is guilty. The man is looking at possibly 40 years for sentencing, and he actually had an option to do a plea bargain where he would only face 24 months of jail time. 24 months? 24 months? That's nothing. But of course, the guy probably thought he can go up there, you know, make his case. Actually, he didn't even end up testifying. The judge asked if he wanted to testify. He was like, no, I'm not testifying. And yeah, guilty verdict. He's facing 40 years. I just want to read a little bit of stuff in here, but yeah, I don't know. So shady. Like, whew, shady. And you know, the thing is, I feel like a lot of times when you hear about cases with children being neglected or abused, stuff like that, I feel like one of the common themes that I hear when it comes to like long-term abuse, it's always like, oh, withholding food or punishing kids for stealing my food, which is really weird. And then when it comes to the, you know, like harming like infants, some of the common themes that I hear are people biting the infant. I don't know what it is in the crazy, but I don't know. I've been reading articles and stuff like that. And I feel like every time when there's an infant involved, it's always like, oh, you know, parents were biting the infant and hurting the kid. It's like, why biting? Like, what are we, like savages? I mean, obviously they are, yes. But I don't know, just kind of weird, like common themes that I've just been noticing. I apparently heard that I think the son actually testified against him in the trial. And I think even one of the sisters testified too, which is really sad. And apparently one of the saddest things that I heard was that the son said that, I don't know, to the effect of like, oh, you know, like, my parents made a mistake. It's not their fault. We can move on. And maybe he even blamed himself. I don't know. It was like something like that. It was like really sad. I don't know. Cause like, I guess the son probably just wants to have, you know, people desire to have family. And sometimes, you know, when you're in a really bad situation or if you're being abused by them, sometimes you just kind of like, you just overlook that by, you know, just wanting to have like a relationship with like anyone, family members and sisters and stuff like that. So I don't know. I don't know if that's how it's like for him, but I mean, I could see why, you know, someone who's been neglected like this would all of a sudden turn around and be like, oh, hey, you know, like, you know, it's not my family's fault. Like, you know, let's bygone be bygones. Like, I don't know. It's just super sad. So West Palm Beach, Florida. A man accused of locking his adopted teen son in a box in the family garage for hours at a time has been convicted on all counts against him. A Florida jury found Tim Ferriter guilty of child abuse, child neglect, and false imprisonment. He can face more than 40 years in prison when sentenced. So he has already had his trial. His wife, on the other hand, she's not going to have her trial until, is it like next year or something? I don't know why he decided to, maybe they were both tried together and they decided to be tried separately. Oh, okay. It's actually getting to it. Sorry. I'm getting ahead of myself. Ferriter was indicted along with his wife, Tracy Ferriter, in March 2022 on the charges of aggravated child abuse and false imprisonment. Though the child was initially charged together, okay, their cases were severed at Timothy's request. Okay, so he wanted to sever the case, citing comments his wife made to the police when he was not present. Oh, I wonder what kind of comments she may have made. I wonder if she may have perhaps threw him under the bus. Police in Jupiter, wait, Jupiter's a place in Florida? That's actually kind of cool. Police in Jupiter, Florida began investigating the couple after their son was reported missing on January 28, 2022, so last year. At the time, Tracy told police that the child who was missing had run away from the home on several occasions before. I wonder why. And told officers that her adopted son had several behavioral issues. I wonder if the trial covered what kind of behavior issues that they're claiming. Wait, so she's saying that the child is missing, but really the child was actually locked in the garage this entire time. So before the child's disappearances, officers were contacted by a contract. This is the contractor I was telling you guys about. Some shady stuff, okay? Identified in court records as Jack, who wanted to report that the couple had asked him to build an office in the garage. While he complied with their request, he noted that what they asked for was odd. This is in quotations. The room was built as an 8-foot by 8-foot space in the garage with its own ceiling and door. Jack further advised the door had a deadbolt lock and a knob only on the outside. No knob inside. So if someone were inside the office, they would not be able to exit unless someone opened the door for them on the outside. That is so shady. Jack stated he also instructed to build the space with electricity, install a window air conditioning unit, as well as a camera in the ceiling. Oh my goodness. How could people just be, I don't know, how, like, just imagine, this is not just like one person. This is two people. You got the mom, you got the dad. Like, how do you have two psychos that are together that think this is okay to treat their kid? On January 30, 2022, the child was still missing when police returned to the house to follow up. When police were given access to the house to look around, they noted toys in what was described as a children's bedroom had toys that were for younger ages. When asked about the child in question, Tracy allegedly, again, this is the mom, told the police there is a structure the child had built in the garage. Wait, that the child had built? She's saying that the kid had this built? Not that they were the ones that had it commissioned? What is going on here? This officer described the room as having a small box spring mattress with a sheet and a pillow, and a desk with a folding chair and camera. It should be noted the room was plain white structure with no paint, no color on the walls, and appeared to be bare, dry wall. The floor was also a bare garage floor with a part of it indoor-outdoor rug covering it. So just literally the bare minimum. On January 31st, 2022, the school resource officer called Jupiter police officers after seeing the child on a security camera. When police spoke to the child, he said he described his room as an 8x8 and said that his father gets aggressive and once slammed him against the wall by his neck and struck him in the face with an open hand. When officers asked further about the room in the garage, the child said he was locked in the room for up to 16 to 18 hours and that he was given a bucket to use as a bathroom, which he then had to dump in the backyard and clean. Oh my, I feel so bad for him. Like, imagine being adopted, probably feeling like your real parents abandoned you. Like, I don't know what the background story is. I don't know when he was adopted, but like, I don't know. And then you're adopted into this like family and you're hoping for them to be like nice, wholesome, and like they treat you like this. Like, I don't know. This is just like really, that's so fucked, man. Officers said the child said he ate alone in the room and was often given leftovers after the rest of the family ate. When asked why he left, the child said, "Because I feel like no one loves me." Officers said the child's story was corroborated by thousands of videos found after serving a search warrant for the Ring device. In a motion filed on March 17, 2022, Ferriter, is this the dad, accused police of illegally accessing data from his Google account via his underage children. Oh, because the kids probably had access to like the Ring, maybe like the footages and stuff like that. And then they probably gave that to the kids, possibly. Among the evidence expected to be introduced at trial is evidence of Ferriter's prior behavior in Arizona before the family moved to Florida. Prosecutors said that in the 2 to 3 years before the family moved, the child was moved out of the main house into a small, windowless room containing a bed separate from the rest of the family. Like, why adopt then? Like, what are you doing? Prosecutors offered Timothy a plea agreement that would have sent him to jail for 24 months, but he rejected it. In the days leading to the trial, if convicted, he faces up to 40 years in prison. So he could have taken the plea deal, served 2 years in jail, but no, he decided to go to the trial, and now he's found guilty, and he's falsely facing 40 years. So I wonder when they're going to do the sentencing for this. Oh, no, I say Celsius. Yeah, Celsius, just to fuck with people. That's so funny. So I just want to talk about this. This is the case is going on right now, and they finally reached a verdict. Was it like today or maybe yesterday? So we'll keep an eye on this, to see what's going on with the sentencing. His wife is going to be facing her trial either, I think maybe next year. So we'll see what happens with that. But I mean, I don't know what role the wife played in all of this. But I mean, being a bystander, I don't know, man. Give her the same thing. Give her the same thing. All right, next. Oh, I want to talk about this woman right here. Kaitlin Armstrong. Do you guys remember Kaitlin Armstrong? Apparently, there was like a love triangle. She was in love with this man, but this man already was with another woman. And she is accused of murdering. Oh, actually, there's videos like right here. She's accused of murdering her right here. And she's a pro cyclist. I think maybe this guy is as well. And what she did was she fled the country and went to, what country did she go to? She went to like South America. Allegedly had plastic surgery to change her look a little bit, but police kind of knew how to find her because they were like, you know what does Kaitlin Armstrong like? What did she like to do when she was in America? She liked yoga. She liked to do yoga stuff. And so I think when they went to go try to find her in this country, they're like, okay, like let's go check out the places that had like yoga studios or something like that. And lo and behold, they found her. I don't know if she was like teaching yoga at the yoga studio or she was like a participant, but she was doing yoga stuff. Okay. And that's how they were able to find her.
We believe strongly, based upon our investigation, that she was trying to really enhance her yoga instruction with some type of yoga at a retreat to where she was going to specialize in some type of surf yoga.
So she escaped all the way to South America, allegedly plastic surgery, gets caught at the yoga thing. They bring her ass back. And what does she do? She fucking escapes again. Now, she this time, you know, it was easier for them to capture her. I think when she went to like South America, she was there for, was it like over a month or so? She was there for a while, for a bit. But, you know, she again escapes custody. And I just want to share this with you because this is a woman who's just trying to get GTFO, man. She does not want to face her prison sentence or trial or any of that. She's just dipping out. So this is her right here, Kaitlin Armstrong. Oh, she went to was it Costa Rica? Okay, it was Costa Rica. I've never been to Costa Rica before. Here, it's really pretty. A woman awaiting trial on charges she murdered a professional cyclist who had dated her boyfriend briefly. Escaped custody while at a doctor's appointment on Wednesday. How did she? Is there footage? I want to see there's footages of her escaping. A spokesperson for the Travis County Sheriff's Office told Court TV that Kaitlin Armstrong was able to get away from 2 corrections officers while she was at a doctor's appointment in South Austin. There is this footage that I saw of this guy who escaped from jail, and how he did it was he went to like the entrance, the door, and he like climbed up. He like literally climbed up, and then like, you know, how do I describe this? Basically, like his hands were on the wall and his legs were on the wall, and then he like Spider-Man like climbed up and then just like held the position until the door opened. And he jumped down and like I think escaped or something. I don't know how to describe that. Spider-Man action. Armstrong has pleaded not guilty to the murder of Anna Moriah Wilson, who was found shot to death on May 11, 2022. After initially talking to the police, Armstrong fled the country, prompting a 43-day manhunt that ended with her arrest in Costa Rican hotel on June 29th. On Wednesday, the Travis County Sheriff's Office said the officers escorting Armstrong back to the patrol unit to return to jail when she took off running. Oh my God. Officers followed and did not lose sight of her as she ran approximately 1 block into a neighborhood. The sheriff's spokesman was unable to say why Armstrong was at the doctor and whether she was restrained. After she was caught, though, Armstrong was checked out of the medical center before she was returned to the Travis County Correctional Complex. Man, she's trying to book it. Like, this woman is trying to get out of it. A pothole the size of 3 washing machines appeared on the road. The fuck is the size of 3 washing machines? Wait a second. I could totally see that. The fuck is the size of 3? It's the size of 3 washing machines. Duh, Rain. That was a thing in Colorado. They use washing machines as a unit of measurement. I could actually see that, you know? It was hilarious and a perfect way to describe American measuring. It was a sinkhole. 3 washing machines on top of each other. Maybe 3 washing machines in a like this right here. Hold on. Let me get my paint out. I got you guys, okay? Y'all don't understand the American. I will Americanize you guys. Okay, so here's a washing machine. So we have one. So we have a pothole. This is the pothole, okay? And then we have washing machine right there, and then washing machine like that. I don't know. Or maybe they meant like this. Okay, this is the hole. Maybe it's like washing machine number 1, Washing machine number 2. Washing machine number 3. You're welcome. There was an article where someone said that there's a boulder in the middle of the road the size of a small boulder. No way. You're lying. You're lying. No way. No one. Who wrote that? Okay, so we're done with Kaitlin Armstrong. So she's gonna be facing trial. Oh, actually, I think her trial's coming up real soon. Hold on. Kaitlin. Oh, you guys want to look at my notes that I got? I got some notes over here with all the upcoming trials. Pre-trial. Oh, this is for the Franke kids. Status here. Oh, here it is. Jury trial for Kaitlin Armstrong. Ooh, end of this month. She's got a jury trial for the end of this month. I wonder if that's gonna be televised. Kouri Richins, Chad Dorman, Murdoch trial. Okay, cool. All right, so she's having her trial this month. Oh man. Next, let's go to Kouri Richins. You guys remember Kouri Richins, right? Kouri Richins. That's Kouri Richins right there. Kouri Richins, mom of 3, accused of poisoning her husband. We covered her, I think, well, like, was it 2 weeks or 3 weeks ago? Oh my God, this woman is she's just fucking up. She wrote a letter to her family. Wrote a letter to her family. Kind of looks like witness tampering. You know, it's like, oh, tell my brother to say this, this, and this, and say this, and this, and this. And so when I guess the news outlets got a hold of it, and she got in trouble for it, she was like, she called her mom, I think, or maybe they had a phone call. I don't know who called who, but they had a phone call, and she's like, Mom, like, that letter that I wrote you, it wasn't actually about me asking my brother to say this. It was actually like a story that I'm writing about me and Dad going to Mexico and getting drugs from fentanyl. And it was just a story that I was just writing. Like, I don't know. It's just like the dumbest excuse ever. So if you guys haven't watched that, there's a video on that on my YouTube channel where it's called the Walk the Dog letter. But let's see what her response is for that. You posted a screenshot of the sinkhole meme on News and Memes. Oh, let me see. News and Memes. A sinkhole roughly the size of 6 to 7 washing machines has closed the northbound lanes of State Line Road near 100th Street in Kansas City, Missouri. Americans will measure with anything but the metric system. True. Why use the metric system when you can use washing machines? Oh, okay. All right. So let's see what Kouri Richins has to say about this, about her letter. Now we're going to go to Utah. Utah woman who is charged with murdering her husband in 2022 is claiming that she cannot be given a fair trial, claiming prosecutorial misconduct. Again, let's blame it on other people. Defense attorneys are asking the court to dismiss all charges against Kouri Richins, who is facing trial for allegedly killing her husband with a lethal dose of fentanyl. Let's just dismiss all charges. Yep, In the motion filed on Wednesday, Richins' legal team mainly focused on Walk the Dog letter, a 6-page handwritten letter that prosecutors labeled in publicly available court documents as witness tampering. The Summit County Attorney's Office claimed the letter, which for unknown reasons had Walk the Dog written in a large font on top of the front page, included instructions from Richins to her mother, asking her to have Richins' brother give false testimony. Now, we don't know if it's false testimony or not, but the way that she was directing him, it sounds like she was just trying to be like, hey, like, just tell him to say this, okay? Like, he doesn't have to worry about this. It should be easy. It's fine. Like, it'll be easy. Like, just have him say this. So we don't know if she was just trying to refresh in his memory or if she really was just feeding him a false testimony. I mean, we kind of have an inkling about that, right? In the letter, Richins says to instruct her brother to repeat, in quotations mark, Eric told, redacted name, that he got pain pills and fentanyl from Mexico from the workers on the ranch, end quotations. Richins has since claimed the letter was not written to her mother, but rather part of a fictional book that she's writing. Richins' latest motion claims that it was improper for the prosecution to call the letter witness tampering when they have not charged her with such an offense. It claims that this would sway potential jurors such that a fair trial in this case is no longer possible. The motion also claims that the letter was likely obtained in a legal search. The police report used by the prosecutors claimed that Summit County jail personnel found a letter folded inside the book. I forgot who I watched. I did watch someone covering this, and they did say that, like, you know, when you're hiding stuff in your cell, it could be kind of shady because, like, the reason why they opened this letter, this envelope, Could just be because maybe she's hiding some weird paraphernalia in there. They don't know. So of course they're going to open it up. Even though it says, you know, my attorney privilege, stuff like that. They probably open it up because, you know, they're not really sure what's in there, you know, just to double check, right? However, the defense counters this was not the case. They say that it was an envelope titled Sky Lazaro, attorney privilege, and has no crease marks. What does crease marks have to do with it? For the reasons, Richins' attorney is asking the judge to dismiss all charges against her. But if the request is denied, the defense requests that the court alternately move the trial venue to Salt Lake County, disqualifying the Summit County's attorney's office from prosecuting the case, disallow the walk the dog letter from evidence, and ask the jury to preclude consideration. No, we gotta get this letter in, and ask the jury to preclude consideration to the state's false claim that Miss Richins has engaged in witness tampering. I mean, it kind of pretty much seemed like it. On January 27th, the San Miguel Sheriff's Office sent out a tweet that included the line, large boulder the size of small boulder. maybe it was a typo. It might be a typo. The size of a small boulder is completely blocking east. Maybe it was a typo. You put in the memes? No way. Listen, San Miguel Sheriff was just having a rough morning, okay? It was just having a rough morning. Large boulder the size of a small boulder is completely blocking east. I mean, it's early. It was probably a Monday, January 27, 2020. It was probably a Monday. Let me see. How do we go to calendars? How do you do calendars on here? Monday? January. All right, January 27. Oh, it was a Friday. Okay, Friday, they were ready to party. You know, it was already weekend for them. They're, you know, it was, the cold does things to your brain. This girl's toast. She was faced prisoner time for sure, not getting away with it. Yeah, she's just like not very smart, man. I don't know. Like, Jesus. Not very smart. But yeah, her trial is when's her trial? Oh, I don't think we have a schedule. Oh, we don't have a scheduled date for a trial yet, but for November 2nd, we'll have a scheduling conference. Whew. What a mess. Okay, next. Okay. I tried to find the actual police report on this, but I couldn't find it anywhere. Try to find a copy of it. Accept. Oh, is this not working? Yeah. Link is not working. I wanted to talk about this. I don't know. Kevin Franke and his lawyers, they're doing a lot of, they're trying to do a lot of like damage control, but I don't know. Kevin Franke, I feel like something be up with Kevin Franke. We'll wait and see what happens, but I thought this was kind of interesting. So apparently the day, I think the day after they found Ruby Franke's kids at Jodi Hildebrand's house, they tried to, it was the same day. They tried to locate the other two kids as well. And so they tried to locate them, but then the two kids were picked up by one of like the members of Connections or something. And so I think they were able to get the kids. And then at some point, I think the police broke down the door of the house because they were trying to find the kids. And then maybe the next day, I think the caseworker and then Sherry Franke, I think they came by the house. By that time, I think the door was already broken to gather belongings that belong to the other kids, right? And so Sherry Franke grabbed the stuff, and maybe she grabbed, I think she grabbed some other stuff as well. And then when Kevin Franke went back the next day, he was like, oh, I want to report a burglary. Essentially reporting a burglary and having maybe potential charges filed against his daughter. And it's just really weird because Kevin Franke hadn't lived there for like 13 months. And now he all of a sudden wants to like show up at the house and be like, oh, I want to report a burglary. She stole my stuff. Because I think maybe Sherry Franke, I'm not really quite sure. Maybe Sherry Franke just came and just grabbed the stuff that she thought might be, relevant to the case. But anyways, at some point she did come back and return it. And then I think because the police didn't want to charge her, he like threatened to sue the police, which is like, while all this is going on, while there's potential, where there's allegations of child abuse for, one of the kids, and then Sherry Franke has to deal with this. So, like, now you're here trying to like, potentially charge your daughter for burglary. And I don't know. It seems really, really fucked. Let me see if I can just get the article. Sorry. I don't know why this article's not working. Legal papers also stamp legal when it arrives and inspected at the mail room. But But I wonder how it goes for like outbound paperwork. So like, for example, like she had a letter that she wanted her lawyer to see. How does that work? Does that have to be done in like a separate area? Because I do remember hearing that as well. Like it was like legal paperwork that was like for her, it has to be stamped with it. But you just having it and saying that like, oh, this is legal paperwork, like that doesn't qualify. Which I forgot who said that, but I do remember someone saying that. Oh yeah, this one right here. I just want to read this article really quick. Sorry, we're almost done with the articles, and then we'll get to one more article, and then we'll do the deposition. Officers back at Ruby Franke's home after a warrant. A report obtained by 2 News shows Springfield police officers back at Ruby Franke's home on August 31st, the day after they executed a warrant on the property. The eldest daughter, Sherry, had gone home to gather clothing and personal items for her 2 sisters. A DCFS caseworker was also at the home gathering items for the 2 other children who were in state's custody in southern Utah after they were located the previous day in Ivins at Jody Hildebrand's home. The caseworker informed police they believe Kevin Franke might be at the home and that he may not be cooperative, which is why they requested police assistance. When police arrived, the caseworker, Sherry, and other family members were already in the home, in quotations. All of them were further advised that they should not collect any items that did not belong to them or not needed for the children, the document read. 2 News obtained a third police report from Springfield Police outlining a police call from Kevin Franke, Ruby's husband, reporting a burglary on September 1. Kevin allegedly reported that electronic items, specifically his electronic journals, were missing. He told officers he believes his oldest daughter, Sherry, is responsible to the statements that she made in court today, maybe? The officer told Kevin the front door had been broken in after the search warrant was served days prior and not broken by the oldest daughter. Kevin stated that Sherry is not allowed in the home and that he believes she entered unlawfully and he wants her charged with burglary, read an officer's statement. Kevin states that he does not want any of the children mentioned in the home at this time. I wonder why. I get explained that they needed to get essential items of theirs that were in the home, which he did not seem to think was relevant. The report mentioned that Sherry brought the items to the Springfield Police Department and they were given to Kevin a short time later. Among these items were 3 tablets, 3 cell phones, 3 cameras / GoPros. I wonder whose devices these were. A stack of written journals, I wonder whose those were, and 3 passports for Kevin, Ruby, and another one of their children. The complainant was informed that we would not be charging his daughter with anything as her intent was to not deprive of any items. She had previously been allowed in the home, and he had not been home, admittedly, for 13 months. The officer said that he explained to Kevin over the phone that due to the circumstances surrounding the incident, we would not be filing charges against Sherry, and that would be considered a civil issue due to her intent of not being to deprive him of these items. Because again, he wasn't there for 13 months, so her taking it, I guess didn't count as him being deprived of those items. Kevin, advised that he was going to sue the police department. Oh, the officer wrote. Kevin was displeased with this answer and advised that he'd be hearing from his attorney. And imagine all this stuff happening. And then, can you not put yourself in your oldest daughter's shoes? And now you're threatening to possibly have her charge, sue the police department. I don't know, not a good look. Not a good look. Yeah, I'm assuming maybe she took pictures. I'm surprised they haven't arrested her husband. He was there for the videos. He knew her ways. He never stopped her, took part in it, and now he says he has no idea that Ruby could have abused the kids. I'm just saying, I think, the moment that the Jody Hildebrand's victims came out, the lawyer and maybe Kevin Franke saw it as an opportunity to be like, oh, hey, let's just, hop on this bandwagon and let's just, divert all of the attention, all of the blame on Jody Hildebrand. That way, I would be like, oh, hey, I had nothing to do with it because Jody Hildebrand was the one who was the spearhead of all of this. And she was in control of my wife and I wasn't with them at the time. I don't know. It could be true. It could be true. But I don't know, man. I'm just waiting on more Kevin Franke stuff. I don't know. It smells a little weird, Okay, so that's, that's right. They did an interview with Kevin's attorney, Randy Kester, but it was canceled due to the currency of the juvenile case. But here's a statement that Randy Kester made. Kevin didn't do either. He and Sherry are working together on bygones. So is he saying that the police report is a lie? And resuming a loving and healthy family-daughter relationship. I don't know. I won't believe anything that the lawyer says or Kevin says. I would believe it came out of Sherry's mouth, maybe. Kevin is still trying to understand and correct the upside-down world that was dealt. Who wrote this? This article has so many grammatical errors and what the heck is going on here that was dealt to him. It is a lot to deal with all at once. Sky Lazaro wait, why is Sky Lazaro? Sky Lazaro is the defense attorney for Kouri Richins. What? Why is she in this? Sky Lazaro, criminal defense attorney not involved in the case, told KUTV News the police reports are revealing. She says, I think it gave some insight into the family dynamic more than anything. It really seemed to outline that there was probably some disconnect with this family. Lazaro also said the information in the reports tend to maybe lend some credibility that there was probably or potentially some problems there. Interesting. Why are we talking about the giant queen spider? I don't want to, like, can't get rid of them like critters. I'll just have tears and prayers, which don't work. Do you have like a bug issue right now or something? I forgot there was a spider in Harry Potter. Oh no, there was that one scene when they're crawling all over Ron Weasley. Oh, right. Is that why you were... I must have missed something in the chat. Oh God, no. Wait, have you guys ever heard of this? It was from Mr. Ballen's story. It was about kids at a camp that were told not to go to the dock. They're like, hey, don't go to the dock. It's dangerous. And of course, the kids all snuck out at night and they went to the dock anyway. So they're all at the dock. They're laying down. All of a sudden, they feel like all these things like crawling onto them. And it was like a nest of like a million spiders. And they're just like all over them. Like, ah! Like, I like spiders, but anything in like I don't know, man. I feel like hundreds of like things like crawling all over you. Oh my God. Ugh. That's so traumatizing. Anyways, ugh. Gross. Gross. All right, I'm going to hop over to this part really quick. So if you guys remember, Alabama woman, Carlee Russell, she's like in her, I think, early 20s or something like that. Now, she lied about being abducted. She was gone for about, I don't know, it was like 2 days or something. And then she came back and she was like, hey, I'm fine. I'm good. People were like, Carlee, what happened to you? And I feel so bad for her parents because her parents did like a live interview. Mom stood there defending her. Dad kind of sat there quietly because I think the dad might have known what's up, or, you know, maybe he just didn't want to say anything because it's traumatizing. But I just felt so bad for the mom because she went up there, you know, essentially vouching for her daughter and stuff like that. And later on, you know, she finally admits, the daughter, she admits that, excuse me, I actually lied about the whole thing. I was never abducted. Yeah, that whole thing about like, you know, seeing like a child in the middle of the road and then me being abducted by like two people. Yeah, that never happened. I don't know, I just feel so bad for the mom. Like, how could you let your mom go on an interview on TV and let her go up there to defend you? And then now you're going to lie about it. Like, oh my goodness. And now I'm sure the family has to be here to support her and all that. But what a mess. What a huge mess. So there was a verdict already for her, a judgment for her, and she got a guilty judgment. Now, she's possibly facing, like, I think, what was it, like 1 year of jail time? And they're going to appeal it because obviously she doesn't want to serve any jail time. An Alabama woman accused of falsely telling police she was abducted after stopping to check on a toddler wandering along the highway is appealing her municipal court conviction in order to avoid a year-long jail sentence sought by prosecutors. A municipal judge on Wednesday. Oh, yeah, I remember when she went in to do her mugshot, people were so pissed that she was smiling in it. I mean, she probably knew that everyone was going to be watching. She probably just wanted to look good in it. But yeah, smiling in it, not a good look, right? A municipal judge on Wednesday found Carlee Russell. Oh, she's 26. Okay, never mind. That's kind of old. I thought she was like 21, 22. Like, yeah, you're kind of in your like fuck up my life stage. 26. Oof. That's like, you know, you're kind of old enough to know better at that point. Guilty of misdemeanor charges of falsely reporting to law enforcement and falsely reporting on the incident. The guilty judgment came after Russell's attorney agreed to stipulate and appeal the case, a legal maneuver to move the case to circuit court where proceedings will start anew. Russell's summer disappearance and her story of being abducted after stopping her car to check on a child captivated the nation before police called it a hoax. Flanked by her family and attorneys, Russell made her first court appearance Wednesday amid a heavy media presence, a news outlet responded. Defense attorney Richard Jaffe, I think that's how you pronounce it, said in a telephone interview they do not think jail time is appropriate. He said they agreed to an arrangement called stipulate and appeal. It is a court agreement in which the defendant acknowledges evidence against them, a guilty decision is entered, and the case is appealed to the circuit court. We've requested a jury trial. Oh, I don't know they're going to do better with a jury trial. That gives us an opportunity between now and then to explore all of our options and try to work something out with the prosecution that does not involve jail time, but does involve a fair restitution amount. Jury trial? Like, how many? You're gonna waste other people's time into this? Oh my goodness. News outlet reported that prosecutors are seeking a year of jail time. Russell's attorney said they don't think she should serve jail time for the misdemeanor offense. We don't think jail time for a first offender with a Class C demeanor is reasonable because that just doesn't happen. Jaffe says he understands the state prosecutors want jail time as a deterrent to potential future hoaxes, but he added that a conviction, restitution, and the publicity surrounding the case will also have a deterrent effect. Russell disappeared on July 13 after calling 911 to report a toddler besides a stretch of interstate. She returned home 2 days after, told police that she's been abducted and forced into a vehicle. Police became quickly casting doubts on Russell's story. Her return had issued a statement through the police acknowledging there had been no kidnapping and that she never saw a toddler. Russell, in the statement, apologized to law enforcement and the volunteer searchers who had been looking for her. We ask for your prayers for Carlee as she addresses her issues and attempts to move forward and understands that she makes a mistake in this matter. Carlee again asks for your forgiveness and prayers, Emery Anthony said in the July statement. Hoover Police Chief Nick Derzies previously said he was frustrated that Russell had only been charged with 2 misdemeanors, despite the panic and disruption she caused. But he said the law did not allow for enhanced charges. Oh, Sherry Papini. Sherry Papini in California was sentenced to 18 months in prison for lying to federal agents and staging her 2016 fake abduction, which led to a 3-week multi-state search. Where was Sherry Papini again? Was she like hiding out with her? I know she was married at the time, but she was hiding out with her boyfriend or something, right? Oh my God. The kids were abused the day before Jody showed up. The videos are proof, and he was there for the videos. Doesn't look like he had much authority in that house. I know, that's what I was thinking, Daniela. Her parents were just gonna have to pay for it. Oh. The reviews. Oh, yeah, I saw that. She was with her. Oh, was it with her ex? Wait, she went back to her ex and her ex became her current boyfriend? She'll probably get out early in 1 year for good behavior or something like that. Jesus. Last one. Larry Millete. I don't know how to pronounce this. Millete. Larry Millette's attorney asked to withdraw, citing finances. So Larry Millete is accused of murdering his wife. And I always get his case mixed up with the other guy's case. The other guy where he had a bunch of, it was another guy who accused of murdering his wife, except he had like horrible search results that were giving like the play-by-play of like what was going on in his mind after he allegedly murdered his wife. It's like how to dispose of a dead body, what to do with a 5'1" woman. I don't know, it was like something weird like that. It was like so oddly specific where his search results were just like, I don't know, you're just a dumb shitter at this point. But Larry Millete. Oh, I think, is this the one where they tried to get a sidekick involved to prove his innocence? Like, I just remember there was like some weird stuff going on with this case. This is not the red flag, then I don't know. I'll check it out. All right, so we're in California, San Diego. The family of Maya Millete will have to wait even longer. Oh, I feel bad for the family. For the husband to stand trial on murder charges in connection with her disappearance. A judge granted Larry Millette's request for a new defense attorney on Tuesday afternoon. His original attorney, Bonita Martinez, wanted off the case. She complained Larry wasn't paying her. Colby Ryan and Leanne Sabatani with San Diego's Virtuous Law Group are now representing Millete now. They declined to talk to the media Tuesday. Wait, so then how is he like, was he not paying her because he couldn't afford it? That's what I thought initially. Or maybe he was like, you know what, you suck, I'm not paying you anymore. I don't know what happened with that. The high-profile case was supposed to go to trial in January. Oh my God, that would have been 2 months. Dude, if I was a family, I would be so upset because now it's been pushed back to August 26th. The case has already been pushed back numerous times. Maya Millette's family said it's yet another devastating setback. Like, oh, I feel so bad for the family. Our family has been in the nightmare for almost 3 years, so it's really heartbreaking. Maya's sister, Marie-Chris Drouillet, I don't know how to pronounce that. Maya has not been seen since January 7, 2021. I think they even have kids together too, right? Do they have kids together? Larry killed his wife because she wanted divorce. Her family and the community had participated in countless searches across California, but Maya still hasn't been found. Larry has pleaded not guilty, and during the preliminary hearing, Larry's previous defense attorney told the court Maya was having an affair and took off on her own. Her family says she would have never left her 3 young children. Oh my God, where are the kids now? District attorney says there's no evidence that Maya is alive. Her family has not given up hope of finding her body. Oh my God, I feel so bad for the family. You're getting Boone vibes? The Boone? Larry was military, took forever to charge him, and Maya was missing for like over a year. His first attorney and lady was like horrible. Oh, poor kids. Not very Mormon of him. As a Mormon man, he's supposed to be in charge. I guess that's why he got replaced by Jody, the good Mormon therapist. Yeah, they have like 2 to 3 kids. Damn, that's so sad. 3 young kids too. So I'm thinking like, I don't know, like 7, 9, younger like that. Oh, yeah. Like, how do you not care about your kids? Oh man, did he ever go on TV? When I hear about cases like this, I always wonder if they ever did like a TV interview thing. Because usually they do, right? They're like, oh my God, like, please help me find my wife. Like the public, you know, begging people for any clues, any evidence, maybe even put up like a fake, like, oh, you know, anyone that can like find Maya, you know, we'll pay you like $10,000, like stuff like that. Like, I don't know. Those are always very interesting to look at. Like, remember Chris Watts? Oh my God, Chris Watts. What an actor. What an actor. They think that she was murdered at home while the kids were there. Are the kids too young, or how old are Maya? Let's kid. 13, 12, and 6. Man, that's crazy. Can you imagine being Maya's family members trying to fight for custody for her kids because you think the husband murdered her, but now you're fighting against the husband's family members for custody? Like, I don't know, man. That's just so much to handle. That's just crazy. One, not only is Maya missing, now you have to worry about these 3 kids, and potentially you wouldn't want them to be with the alleged father's family members. He was 3 when mom was missing. Oh my gosh. So like 3, 3, 9, and 10. Jesus. Oh yeah, Alex Murdaugh, reward of $100K for info, but it had an expiration date. Alex Murdaugh, also another, I don't know, man, another moron. Like, oh my goodness, Alex Murdaugh. He's a funny guy. He's a funny one. That's putting it very, very, very lightly. What do you think of the new allegations of his girlfriend being a part of it? Chris Watts' girlfriend? You know, I haven't followed the Chris Watts stuff in so long, but I don't know. I think when I was watching all the docs and all that stuff, it seemed like it was mostly just like Chris Watts doing, and the woman just wanted to be with him. Yeah, I don't know. Unless they have proof or evidence, maybe text message where they're both talking about like getting rid of the wife, getting rid of the kids, you know, explicitly. But yeah, other than that, I haven't really heard much about it, Gamer Girl. Yeah, Alex Murdaugh. What a funny one. Funny. Oh God. Large boulder the size of a small boulder. Oh. Oh man. It's been a rough morning for those people, you know? Rough morning.